Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders in the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Sanders' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. On first down now, a run with McKinnon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd down, McKinnon. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Hello.
10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes fighting Mecole Hardman. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone. And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made here at the 36. But, partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. Running on first down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run. On play action, here's Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit. Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Tua on 4th down. He is going to find Hill here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's 2nd and a yard. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points. This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone? And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here now.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 60 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
On the right side open is Gesicki. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Chiefs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And this returnable for Hill. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Looking to pass. Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They'll come up now on second and a yard. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 103 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last one makes this a 100-yard night. I love the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Tua going to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Here we go, set, yellow, line. Cut.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Drill green.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. This will be caught just inside the 10. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Smith red.
Here's Mostert. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the set.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Mostert, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Here's Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Raheem Mostert. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Play action, it's Mahomes. He's got his man, that's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The last run got 6, now second and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. The pass complete on the crossing route. This is Tony with it. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. Down at the 35. It'll be second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Mahomes going to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 35 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
145 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Here we go. Black clock. Set cut.
A handoff running left is Mostert. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Ready, set. Opposite, green. Ready.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Now Tua. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run once more with McKenna. Able to slither by. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. As he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Mahomes. On the slant, he's got Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Nice. Well coached. A team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
McKinnon now going to try the left side. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mostert. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty.